Nice.
Okay, here we go. All right, we got ourselves. I may have to move the chat off the screen just so we can get us both in frame. Um, Hello. I am bringing you the lovely Mrs. Jimbles.
Hi.
Um, I now Mrs. Jimbles has not appeared on stream since I first started streaming.
That is true.
When I first started streaming from the Xbox and the Kinect, she used to sit on the couch with me and play, and mainly just sit there. It didn't do a lot of interacting, kind of sit there awkwardly.
Yep.
And eventually, after a few weeks of that, she was like, "Do I have to come with you on your stream?"
I'm definitely a bit more introverted. So that was sort of a thing. So it's very, I would say, I'm very excited to be here, but I'm also a bit nervous. Just
Yeah, you're gonna have to take it easy, okay, on Mrs. Jimbles. But you guys have her for 30 minutes, okay? I'm starting the timer right now, okay? 30 minutes. That's all you get. But she's also got mom stuff she's got to do. If we miss you in chat, it's just because we're gonna try and pick and you guys are already moving really fast. If you have a question you would like to ask my lovely wife, you can type in exclamation point Q in the chats, and then space it with your question. And it's funny. Look what Nate Dogg just said.
I know. I just got these and I really like them. They're so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I have a pretty substantial earring collection. I have a great collection for it.
It is large. It is a very, very large collection. In fact, she has an entire wall of
That is
earrings.
correct.
So, okay. Our first question, this one is from Casper. Okay.
Okay.
Can you tell us one of your animal whisperer stories as an animal whisperer? Because my wife, she she speaks to the animals.
Well, I will say it's probably not an animal whisperer story, but when we got our kitty Ray, she was not a big fan of me at the beginning. She sort of picked on me. I'll be honest. She would find ways to always be attacking me or swatting me, or, I just sort of kept my distance. But I knew I was going to work on her because I love cats and cats have to like me. I can't not have them like me. And so I just sort of worked my magic with her. And now she talks to me. She comes to bed every night and wants me to hold her face before bed. Like she puts her paw around my hand, so I'll hold her face like this. And she pretty much follows me around. Last night, my husband was saying that she has turned into or has my traits.
Mm-hmm.
One of those being is that I like to sit outside a lot, just sit outside and enjoy being outside. And she does the same thing now.
Yeah, we have a little cat tent that she sits outside in, and she just likes to go out there and nap. So, but no, that's a good question. Next one. Can you let Mrs. Jimble shave the stash? Did you bring the stuff?
I did.
Yeah, we'll do that when she's leaving. She's got the. Yeah. So yes, we will let Mrs. Jimble shave it off. Okay. I'll let it all drop. Okay. Next question from Dougman's Land. When you go out to dinner with a sentient beer, does the waiter ever accidentally take him away or try to refill him? So, nice humor. When I'm streaming for you guys, I make the metamorphosis and I take my human form. So we never have had that problem. But if I had forgotten to switch, then it could have been a little bit of an issue. Okay.
But I'm always there to let you know that you haven't switched back.
Exactly.
So we don't really run into that kind of issue when we're out in public.
Mm-hmm. This is true. Next question from Sanochamp. Was the Stream Shack designed to get Jimmy out of the house? Was he too loud?
Absolutely. That is absolutely a true statement. being as how where he used to stream shared a wall with where I was trying to go to bed, that was sort of a concern. I will be honest, he gets real loud. Sometimes when I'm outside, I can still hear him when he's in here. So if that puts it in perspective for you.
But you can't hear in the house anymore.
No, we cannot hear it in the house anymore. Although Frankie says occasionally he can hear a muffled yell. Mm-hmm. Like he can tell that you're yelling.
But he's literally on the other side of, so his window is maybe what, 4 feet that way? Yes. So yeah.
So he's probably hearing it through the window, which I am farther away from, so now I get to sleep great.
We are actually still more soundproofing to do. It's not all done yet, so by the time we finish it, it'll probably be good. Sano Champ. So, another good question. What up, JB? Okay. Next question. Does Jimbles snoring wake you up at night? LOL, Abram Pav.
Not usually. I can pretty much sleep through it. And I can go to sleep if he's snoring. But I like white noise. I can also sleep with the TV on. And nothing really bothers me once I'm asleep. And I kind of find it like relaxing if he has the little soft snores. So it does not wake me up. But his talking sometimes does.
Okay. All right. Good question. Next question from GKel87. Are you a gamer as well? If so, favorite game or games?
I consider myself also a gamer. My favorite games right now that I'm playing a lot of, I will say one of my favorite games of all time is Animal Crossing. But currently I'm having like this apprehension about getting back into it because so much has changed and it's been a while since I played. But I did donate, what was it, like 700 hours to it when it first came back out for the Switch. And so I've got to get back into that, but I'm waiting until this summer. I really want to do it then when I can clear my mind because I kind of lose myself in Animal Crossing. But to get me through, I like to play a lot of those really bad puzzle games that try and sell you stuff. But
those shitty free-to-play games on iPad, she plays a shit ton of those.
Mm-hmm.
Those like freemium games?
Toon Blast. I think I'm on level like 4,000 something in Toon Blast. I've been trying to just max out and see if I can get to the end of all the puzzles, but that is not a thing. They just keep putting out new ones. But then I also really enjoy Civ Rev.
Civ Revolution. Mainly on iOS she plays it.
Yes, I like it on iOS. And then I really like the Apple Arcade Oregon Trail game. I'm trying to achieve 100% journal unlocks, so I still have to catch cholera. That's one of the things I'm missing. I'm at like 92%, I think, right now, completed.
She's an Apple Arcade junkie.
Oh, like, for sure.
She loves Apple Arcade. So for those of you that like, and she plays on, I got her the new gen iPad mini for her birthday last year, and she plays on that every day.
Every day
she plays. So yes, she is a gamer, but she mainly plays a lot of strategy games and
I like puzzle stuff.
Yeah.
And I like Animal Crossing because I can build, but I feel like I've missed Christmas. I missed my birthday, and I want to go back and start back at my birthday, but I can't do that if I'm starting in the middle of the school year. I got to wait till I got some time so I can speed through some of those things that I have missed.
Man, you guys are killing it with the questions. Good one, GKL. This next one is from Morbid Sloth. And guys, keep it up because we're limited on time. That's why I'm not interacting with chat. Thank you, Safi. I don't know why it was doing that, Mr. Self-Destruct, but you're in now. But the middle bot doesn't like you, apparently. Next question from Morbid Sloth. My spouse asks, what's your favorite pan dish to prepare for supper?
Nothing. I don't like to cook.
No. But
I will say...
Can I say what my favorite thing is that you cook?
Uh-huh.
We call it, you've said your name before and I've said it, so she goes, her name's Kristen. You guys can call her Kristen. We call it KFC in the house, Kristen Fried Chicken, because she's got this amazing homemade fried chicken recipe that she mastered that her grandma used to make that is absolutely
like light batter, but like light and crispy batter, not light and soggy, but it gets really crunchy in the good bits. So you get all that like juicy meat. It keeps the meat very juicy also.
If Chef Gordon Ramsay tasted this fried chicken, I think he would like it. So
But that might be one of the only things I can cook.
She's lying. She can cook other things. That's one of the things she is like amazing at cooking at. So, good question. All right. Enigmatics asked, did you instantly hit it off with Jimbles, or did it take some time for him to win you over?
Okay, I'll be honest. I was smitten from the start. I very much like my husband, and so cheesy as it is, it was very much from the start. I mean, it was the cool jacket the first night we met and the good manners, and he pursued me. I liked that. I liked that a lot. So
Yeah,
he
like,
had me from the beginning.
I went and got we met because of mutual friends. One of her best friends and one of my best friends happened to be mutuals. So they were like, "Hey, we were meeting up at this bar tonight." So we met up at the bar. I saw her, and we had both just were getting out of relationships too. Like we were not looking for a relationship at all at the time.
No.
And I saw her from like walking up the stairs and realized that was one of the friends. And I was like, holy hell, she's hot. And so I got her a chair, pulled my chair up next to her. Pretty sure I forced you to like write your number onto my phone, and then I called her immediately
To make sure I gave him a correct phone number.
Yeah.
And then you followed me to get tacos afterwards.
Yes.
And then the tuxedo shirt on the second date was also quite nice.
It was a bold move. I wanted to see
it.
how she would handle me wearing. I told her to dress nice. We were gonna go somewhere nice, and so she had like a mini skirt
and shoes that I had to take off.
Yeah, she had like a mini skirt on. She had a fucking like she looked like amazing. And I walk up. I've got jeans. Fucking. At least it wasn't tennis shoes. I had jeans, boots. I had a jacket, and then underneath I had a tuxedo t-shirt. And then, it worked out.
It did. I dressed super fancy, though. I wore heels.
Yeah. And
I don't do that very often.
Yeah. So
I was trying to impress her, for sure.
And I was trying to make a joke because I asked her to dress up nice. She did. And that was my dressing up as nice, which thankfully she took it as a joke and wasn't all pissed off, because it could have gone the other way too, because there's someone would be like, you told me to dress nice and look at you, so it worked out. Do you have any good math jokes from Directrix 13?
Too many.
So give one of your favorites.
I just got a new shirt that says, not all math puns are terrible, just some. Like SUM. I've been wearing that at work. It's great. I like to put really bad math puns on all of my presentations for my students, so they kind of have to deal with that. And so the shirt is even more perfect because some of them are kind of a stretch. But I think they're all great, and I make them laugh. I make them laugh during class. I'm like, okay, I'm going to wait. Do I need to explain it? If I have to explain it, and then they're like, that one's funny, then we'll move on. So I have a lot of them.
Okay. Next question. Keep them up. You guys asked a lot. Not a question, compliments. All right, it got cut off. Hang on. I can pull it up here on your chat log. 1 second. All right. Not a question, but a compliment to the whole family. As a family stream ourselves, your crew is wonderful, sweet. We love the energy you put out. Great to see. Jimmy speaks lovingly of you. Frankie's wonderful, and you all rock.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
We do work pretty hard to put out a positive energy.
When I'm not raging at a game, but generally, if it's not, I try to direct my rage solely at games, not
Correct.
At people.
Right. We try, and we've worked really hard to make sure our kid is helpful and sweet. So it's nice to notice that it shows up other places, and that's the way we come across as a family.
Yes.
So I appreciate that.
Yes. Thank you, Paul. Next
This one's
question
easy.
from Willow Lily says, Jimbles' worst habit. Go ahead.
Sleepwalking and sleep talking.
It doesn't happen all the time.
It does not, but when it does, I am pissed.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest. One night he woke me up, like he will shake me to wake me up because I'm a pretty heavy sleeper. So light will bother me, but not really noises and stuff. So he shook me to wake me up, and he just leaned over in my face and he said, "Purple."
I don't know. I don't remember this.
And I was like, "Purple what? Purple what? What do you mean? What?" Because, I'm asleep. And so he's waking me up. And then he said it again, "Purple." And I was like, I hate you. In this moment, I hate you. Why are you waking me up?
Yeah.
So that's the one. Because I am also kind of a grumpy sleeper.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I am not a great napper because I wake up fouler than before I needed the nap. So if you wake me in the middle of the night, sometimes I can't go back to sleep and I get feisty.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Great question. Next one from Dig Up Stupid. What was the hardest job when building the streaming shack for Jimbles?
That would be working with my stepdad.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know that he's old school and he didn't raise me. So he's really only known me as an adult, and I haven't done any kind of projects or things with him. But like the house that we lived in when we first got married, my dad and I redid it all. So I know how to put up sheetrock. I know how to tape and float. I know how to do all of those things. I know how to use power tools. I have my own. I even bought my own nail gun because I was tired of having to ask my stepdad for his. Yeah. So I told Jimmy, I was like, I have to have my own. I cannot have to ask for permission. Because every time I do, he's like, now, what are you going to do with that? And I'm like, I don't want to tell you. So the hardest part was building anything in here because he would come in and be like, are you sure you
He's a
want to do it that way?
micromanager when it comes to any type of construction work, and it wasn't until the end of the project that he finally started to understand how much she does know, but it took him a while. Like, I already know. Like, I don't even ask questions. If she needs some shit, she's like she asked me a couple years ago to buy her a new drill for her birthday. Like a nice, what kind of drill was it?
Well, I got a super amped up Hitachi.
Yeah, like a really good drill. And I'm like, whatever, if you want a fucking drill, honey, you can have a drill. Because if that excites you, then I'm all about it.
And it does.
So
don't give me pots and pans.
Yeah. Do you like the idea of a fifth Indiana Jones film, or do you not have a dog in that fight? From Brightburn, 1985. I'm
terribly sorry. I do not have a dog in that fight.
Yeah, there it is. She's not a big Indiana Jones fan. I am, but I don't really even looking for, I'm not expecting anything of it. The fourth one was bad. It was one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
I didn't even see that one.
It was bad.
Did I see that?
You did. You don't remember it. Crystal Skull. Yeah. We went with your dad and Martha.
Oh.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I don't remember it, so that tells you how excited I was about it.
All right. Next question from Nullhammer. Hey, Mrs. Jimbles, were you supportive of him streaming from the very beginning?
I absolutely was, because...
And she's not lying.
I'm not lying. I am, as I said, introverted, and in my profession, I expend a lot of peopling energy. And if he didn't have this outlet, he would have a lot more expectations from me. And I don't have that kind of, I can't be the chat and the interactions that he gets there because I need time to decompress. It's a sort of a compromise in our relationship that he has to understand that I don't, well, this is going to sound awful. I don't really like people. So that's not it.
Unless she likes you.
Right. It's not really that. It's just that people take effort from me. And when I do it all day, I want to come home and be able to recharge. I also want to be there for my kid and for my husband. And so him having stream nights gives me times to do introverted stuff and then have the energy to do all the mom stuff and the partner stuff with my husband and just being me. I take some rest to do what I do.
The truth of the matter is, it's really been an almost 1-to-1 substitution for time I would play video games.
Absolutely.
Because I don't really play video games off stream anymore. She can attest to that.
That's true.
Like maybe 5% at most of my overall video game playing time. So I played a lot of video games before and I would be doing it by myself. So this has just kind of supplanted that, and it gives me
the outlet.
Yeah, the social outlet that I would normally be like, oh, I want to talk to,
Because there were times when he didn't stream as often, and I would just have to tell him, I have to go sit over there now. I need to be...
You're talking too much for me. I need you... Not being mean about it.
No, just I've got to go and be by myself for a little while. And I'm sorry, I love you, but you have too much to say.
Yes, please leave me alone.
Right. Politely. But when you're in a marriage and you want
I'm
it to last...
way more extroverted, and I get it. And she needs her space and to just be introverted and just focus on that. And some people might think coming to a shack and sitting alone by yourself and talking into a microphone is super introverted, but no, it's not. It's a very extroverted activity.
Yes.
And so it's been great. And yes, literally, she supported me so much she didn't even want to. She was streaming with me. Although you did like Life is Strange.
I did. Well, I liked the decision-based type stuff because those games are kind of like my strategy games. You make choices and then things happen. And so it kind of was up there. And then Red Dead, I love that one because it's the same sort of thing, and we did stream a little bit of Red Dead.
Yeah, a little bit of that. She likes Red Dead.
Not to play it, but I like to watch it and to be able to make choices and be like, no, don't do that.
She watched me play. This was even before I was streaming on Twitch. She watched me play almost my entire Red Dead playthrough on 360 way back when. This was before when Frankie would have been real young.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. This is from Vans. What is the weirdest habit Jimmy has? If you can't think of one, I'll settle for most annoying habit. You kind of answered.
I did, but I think the sleepwalking is probably the weird one too.
Yeah.
Getting up and because sometimes he'll wake me up getting out of the bed and I can hear him walking around. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he's just wandering. And you can't really do anything about it because I don't know if you've ever tried to wake a sleepwalking person, but he'll totally tell me. I'll say, you're up and walking around, and he'll say, no, I'm not. I'm in bed. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're standing by the dresser in our bed then.
This next question is from Mr. Self-Destruct. Says, do you cherish the time Jimbles is in his stream shack?
Well, absolutely, I do. It has also, like I said, it does a lot for my sanity because I'm an introvert, but also it does a lot for his overall, I think, mental health and well-being as well because he gets to interact with people and he's not going places, so it makes me happy because I still get to have him here. I guess I've had time where he's not home, like when he was coaching. And so this is a better alternative because I do see him. I see him when he takes breaks. I see him, I can come in and just make sure he's here. I know that sounds a little crazy, but sometimes I just need reassurance. Oh, right. He's there. Right. We're good. And so it definitely, it's a good thing. So I do cherish it. I also like to watch a lot of really bad television. I binge watch stuff all the time.
That I don't want to watch.
And he doesn't want to watch it. So I can binge watch a ton of television while he streams and not have anybody pester me about it.
Yeah, and whine about it.
Yeah.
And also, by the way, 16-Bit, and thank you for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. I appreciate you coming in. We're nearing the end of the AMA part of this special epic long stream. Again, thank you all so much for raising over $5,000. I didn't tell you this. I got a message from one of the founders of the charity.
Uh-huh.
They completely with the 5,000 we raised, all the backlog for all the teens across the U.S. that needed, they cleared it.
Oh, that's so exciting.
So it was.
That makes me really happy.
It was.
I might tear
deal.
up a little about that.
It was a big deal. And yes, the mustache shave is happening in a few minutes.
Yes, which is gonna make me cry a little also.
It'll grow back fast.
I know.
You've got about 2 more minutes to get questions. We can only do a few more questions because it's one.
I'll finish their questions.
I know, but I want to let you know now. If you got a question, now's your chance, okay, to get it in before I close it off. All right, next question. What game does Mrs. Moss kick Mr. Moss's ass at? Does it have to be a video game?
Because if not, I know.
Let's say not a video game.
That would be Wheel of Fortune.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really good at Wheel of Fortune.
And I'm pretty good at Wheel of Fortune too. She's even better. But I was going to say something else.
What were you going to say?
Bowling.
Oh, for sure. Bowling. Also, I'm a better bowler.
I'm not. I'm better now.
Yeah, but you're still
I'm still not very
great.
good. But
I was bowling league.
Yeah.
On a bowling league.
She can bowl.
A lot of my young life, and then as an adult, I bowled 9-pin with my family. I'm a picker, just in case there are any 9-pin bowling people out there. That was my job on our team.
Next question is from Kaz.
Ooh.
What is your favorite thing growing in the garden?
Well, actually, we just went and bought plants today at the farmer's market, and I got some Tiny Tim tomatoes, and I'm super excited to get those in. They grow in little clusters, and I can't wait. So that, or maybe the striped Romas. We also got striped Roma tomatoes. I'm also excited about those. And I love onions, but he can't have them. But I don't care. I'm still going to eat a lot of them.
I have a mild onion allergy, in case y'all didn't know. It didn't develop until I was an adult. I didn't have it when I was a kid. This one's from M. Bowser 724. Is there a hobby you two share together? Puzzles or building things?
We both love to go to the movies. That is one of my favorite hobbies. I know some people are like, that's not a hobby. It is in this family. We go to premieres. We just saw the Batman.
Well, now that we just started going again.
But before that
before COVID, we were like, every other week at least.
Had a pass in the summer to the movie theater that we used. So that's something that even our kiddo is really into.
Yeah, we watch a lot of movies at home together as a family. We like to watch stuff together, and it is something we like, and we like to
Star
watch.
Wars.
Yeah,
we like to Star Wars together.
Now I introduced her. She had never seen Star Wars.
I was a Trekkie. I grew up a Trekkie.
But now you're not a Trekkie.
I'm not a Trekkie anymore.
Yeah.
I definitely have come to the right side.
Wood J. Finley asks, what was your most embarrassing moment as a teacher?
Okay. I can tell you this one, and I'm not ashamed to share it, but I will preface that it does involve bodily fluids. So I'm just going to say that in advance. When I was pregnant with our son, I was very pregnant very early. Like I got really big really fast because I'm smaller. And so I was at school and I was working on my computer, and I was in one of those little plastic chairs that they have at schools. They have like a little spot where your butt kind of fits in, I guess you could say. And I coughed and I peed. So I peed my pants at school, and I taught 5th grade. So that was really embarrassing because I had to get up and there was a puddle in my chair because it has a little divot.
I sharted once at work. I just had to go dispose of the underwear. I was like,
shit happens.
I was in the middle of a lecture. I sharted. I realized I sharted. And I was like, oh, shoot. Guys, I'll be right back. I got to go make some copies. Me making copies is literally code to I got to go to the bathroom. But my kids are too dumb to ever recognize that I come back. I never have copies in my hands. They never even question it. They're like, oh, he's got to go make copies all of a sudden in the middle of a fucking lecture. They never have like gotten wise to it. They never have. But there it is.
I just always tell them, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
And I don't say anything. And then I leave and I come back and they're like, where were you? And I was like, I said I'd be right back.
And guys, some of the questions have been the same as we did earlier, so I've been deleting some, and or if it's a troll question, I gotta delete it just so we can get to the real good ones. So I'm sorry that I've had to skip some, but there it is. Let's see. Am I married to your wife's twin? Grumpy sleeper, likes math, kind of introverted. This as well. Maybe, and I know that your wife teaches too, so a math teacher. So yeah, I mean, there's some similarities. Maybe that's why you find yourself coming back here too, because we have a similar
It could be very, very much so.
type of women we look after, I guess. I don't know. Directrix, did you hide the?
Yeah, but that is, yes. Sometimes when I get these ones that I like, the bold cheddar ranch ones, I have to keep them in the drawer next to my bed.
Mm-hmm. Okay, there it is. From KG Dot, were you both teachers when you met?
I was a teacher. He was not.
Yeah. I was actually on temporary duty in San Antonio when we met. I was stationed at Fort Polk, Louisiana at the time. So we had a long distance relationship for a while in our first several months dating. In fact, we were in a long distance relationship for nearly a year before we. It was a while. So, yeah. Actually, it was over a year. We were like a year and a half. We were essentially in a long distance relationship. So, but we made it work, and
I think that's why we kind of like movies, because when we first started dating, we did a lot of webcam movie dates and TV nights where we would get on the webcam and watch the same show or the same movie.
This was back before
like an AOL
FaceTime
chat
or shit. We had MSN Messenger.
There we go.
And then I would send her video files from stuff that I would torrent. And then I would send her the file, and then we'd load it up, and I'd be like, play in 3, 2, 1, boop. And so this is the days before Netflix, right? It was basically like pirated Netflix, and I was just sending her the files of shows that we could watch. And we used to, a Pirate Bay romance, exactly. Yes. Wait, your wife's not a teacher? Well, whatever. Okay, I thought she was. What's the coolest thing you have built from Van Belmont?
Okay, so it's actually not at my house. It's at a friend of mine's house, and was really close. I had her daughter as a student, and then I got close with her daughter, and her daughter was like, you're just like my mom. Y'all need to be friends. And I met her mom, and we are really good friends. And so for her daughter's high school graduation, we got pallets, and I built 2 reclaimed pallet decks, one that we turned into a bar with shelves and a fire pit, and another one that we put an awning over. Oh, and then a third one was not really a deck, but we built a movie pit area where we put gravel, and then we get lots of mosquitoes, so lemongrass is amazing for that. So we built a bed, like a big standing 4-foot tall bed that was filled partway so that the lemongrass would come up over it, so that the movie theater, you won't have mosquitoes. So I guess her backyard is probably the coolest thing I've built.
It was a cool...
We're going to build a yurt there this summer.
Do-it-yourself project they did last summer. It was pretty cool. Yeah. So, next question from Al Palboy Genius. Do you watch The Real Housewives? If so, which is your favorite?
That is one of the only... like smutty television shows I just never got into. If somebody gave me one and was like, this is the one you need to watch, I might, be interested in it, but I just can't keep up with all of those people. There's just too many.
This one from Van Zarel. How heartbroken was Jimmy when the Niners lost?
Oh, pretty heartbroken.
I mean,
it was a sad moment.
It's gotten better over the years. I'm not as bad as I used to be after Niners losses. I've learned how to deal with my frustration in a healthier way. He still pouts. Yes, there's pouting. But it's not as bad.
No.
Because the pouting used to last for days.
Correct. And now really it's just that night. And usually by the next day he may make some snarky comments. But the pouting is pretty much gone.
Mm-hmm. Next question from Big Ben 1701. What is Mrs. Middle-Aged Dream's favorite beverages?
I have 2 favorites, Big Red and sweet tea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can pretty much, if I need something from my wife and I need to make her happy in a hurry, I can get her like a sweet tea or a big red,
Mm-hmm.
and like one a type of snack she likes, like some chips. She loves
Or
chips
some
and queso
candy.
or candy. I can chips and queso, candy.
And I'll say that my students figure that out too. So like Christmas, Valentine's, my birthday, they just all bring Big Red. If a kid
Oh, you'll
gets
have to explain what Big Red is to our non-Southern people.
Okay, so it is basically like a red soda that tastes like candy. I don't really people that are not from here say it kind of tastes like bubble gum, but I love bubble gum and I don't think it tastes like bubble gum. So I would disagree with that sentiment, but I guess it would be kind of like drinking bubble gum, maybe is what they mean. Like it's very sweet. It's not a flavor you would recognize like in another something. Like there's not like
Red cream soda, essentially.
yes, kind of like red cream soda, but I've had that and it's not as good.
It's more carbonated, I think. The Big Red is like fizzier than, say, like Red Flash or some of those other red cream sodas.
It's kind of, I guess, close to a Red Flash, but Red Flash is like a pale imitation.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Next question from Team Kills One. Any chance Mrs. Middle Aged Dream can get Jimmy back into Dungeons and Dragons asking for a wizard?
I'm going to say that's probably a no. He just wasn't that into it. And I'll be honest, my son and I are into it. And so it's one of those things that he's just like,
I don't know. I just, maybe my imagination is...
I run the D&D club at school.
Yeah.
So.
My son and my wife are very into D&D. I personally I'm just, maybe at some point I might do it again after they've been doing it a while, and then maybe try and join, and try it that way. But yeah.
But again, I like those kind of role-playing games too. Like, I don't know.
I don't play a lot of RPGs either.
Okay, so
like
yeah, that's
video games,
sort
so,
of why. I think that's probably why. It's just not really his sort of deal, but it is mine in video games too. So be a character, go through a storyline. It's like Oregon Trail, only with dragons and,
magic
and cooler stuff.
Do you have the half restaurant, half movie theaters?
We do, because in in all of our surrounding areas, we used to have better ones, I feel like, but we lost
COVID kind of
one.
wrecked them. That we lost a few that were better, but they still have it. It's just the food's not as good.
Right, the food's kind of
Yeah. Dr. Big says, what was your favorite Trek moment?
Oh gosh. It's not, I can't really say it's a moment, but I will say that when they re-released Picard, that was a really big moment for me, because he's who I grew up with, and I kind of had a crush on him, which is weird because there was a guy on the show, I can't remember what his name was, Will, I think was the character's name, who was younger, that I think was supposed to be for like younger people.
The captain?
No.
The rogue captain guy?
No, he was like the son of somebody else that was on the ship.
Oh, the badass monk guy.
But I didn't like him.
Oh.
I was supposed to. I felt like that was who I was, my targeted audience, but I liked Picard. I liked his demeanor. And so when that came back out, that was a big moment for me, even though I am now not necessarily a Trekkie. That was big. Good moment.
Next question. Do you prefer Chicago or New York pizza?
So I'm kind of a weird pizza eater. And I don't like mozzarella on my pizza. So I'm not really sure that either of those cities would be happy for me to claim them. I like to eat pizza that
explain to them, I explained earlier, explain to them how you eat pizza.
Okay, so I like it to have barbecue sauce on it instead of tomato.
No.
Then when I get it from somewhere else?
I have just put a slice of pizza on your plate.
That I got from somewhere else.
What are you going to do to it? Yes, that you got from not making it at home.
So I'm going to take it, pick it up like this, and scrape everything off, then probably use either a paper towel or a knife to scrape some of that tomato paste off. Then I pick off all of the pepperonis and place them back on. And then I like to put Parmesan and red pepper flakes, and then like a drizzle of ranch over it.
Shame!
So.
Yeah. So.
I've been doing it since I was really little.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like, they put too much. I know it's bad. But that's why I said I really don't think New York nor Chicago would be appreciative of me being like, they're my favorite pizza, because I would destroy both of them and just eat the bread and probably complain about the amount of stuff that they put on top of it that I have to pick off.
Big Red Zero, thumbs up or thumbs down. And yes, yes, you prefer cheddar on your pizza, right?
I do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thumbs down. Ranch or blue cheese dressing?
Well, I don't like buffalo wings.
She doesn't eat wings. She makes them for me.
I do.
In fact, she makes me a bunch of fried chicken. She doesn't eat much fried chicken at all. She just makes it for me because she
I like to take my fried chicken and put it into a chicken salad.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I would, if I had to pick, I like ranch better on pizza and things like that, but I like blue cheese on tomatoes. There's nothing better. But I like blue cheese.
Yeah.
Not everybody does.
Yeah.
So I would eat both of those on different things, different items.
So we have now officially ended the Q&A portion of the stream. We made it through all the questions that weren't doubles or meme questions. We now have one final thing that you have left to do. We went over time a little, but my wife looked like she was having a pretty good time answering.
I did.
questions.
I had a good time.
You did great.
Thank you for making me feel comfortable. I was going to say not uncomfortable.
Well,
but
they're
it's
nice
the same thing.
people.
Yes, but I
got-
enjoyed the questions and I was really nervous, so I'm feeling pretty good about how it all went.
It went well.
I hope I don't hurt you when I do this.
Okay, so we got... You didn't bring anything for me to put it on?
No.
All right, I'll just do this.
Well, we can do it in my shirt.
That'd be weird. No, I guess not.
Okay.
All right. Hold on.
That's a good look. I definitely have missed some spots and stuff. You'll have to clean it up better when I'm...
I'll fix it.
Okay.
Wow. I feel naked.
I still love you.
Love you too. Okay, you want to say goodbye to everyone before we take a short break?
Thanks for having me and for raising money for such an incredible cause. It is definitely a cause that means a lot to both of us. So
it does. And you guys made it happen. So I had to ask, and she agreed to appear. So thank you again for being so kind. Thank you guys all for the great questions. I'm going to take a short break, go clean up a little bit.
I gotta go dump my shirt.
Yeah, and please enjoy some fun commercials and stuff, and I'll be back in hopefully a few mementos.
Bye.
Bye.